Hello students, this is Dr. Petroda. Once again, we are back with a video on a question as given over here. So let's get to the question over here. The question is about finding frequency. Frequency of word and frequency of characters are two different things. So frequency of word. Now before you get into this video, you must watch string video number 3, which says how to read a string word by word. Because if you don't know how to read a string word by word, you will not be able to count how many words are there. So the logic over here is, if I tell you to count how many words are there, then you will start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. It means logically what you are doing is you are trying to read each and every word, and then you know, as a human being, you know a word gets your words, a previous word gets over as soon as a space occurs and the new word begins. Previous word gets over, new word begins. Previous word gets over, new word begins. So logically you are reading as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in your mind you are saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is nothing but counting. So mathematically it is 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6, which calls for the accumulation. Accumulation is a process of adding a particular amount of value to the existing value. So for this we are going to make use of counter. Counter is a process of counting where there has to be an initial value. So in general we take C as 0, which is my initial value, and then C is equal to C plus 1. That 1 is over here, this, and current value plus 1. So you get a new value. Then current value plus 1 becomes a new value. That new value plus 1 becomes further new value, and this will go on. So you have two things to know over here. One, you need to read string word by word, and then you need to count each word. Okay, so you need to know your string 3 number video, where we learned how to break a string into words very quickly. In order to break a string into words, what we are going to do is we are going to read still character by character. So we read a string using loop, of course, using loop, read string character by character. And what we do, how do we form a word? A word is nothing but a combination of characters. So all those characters which are not space, you accumulate them. The moment you find space, like here, in this case, space over here, space over here, space over here, you find a space, you print or count the accumulated word. Alright, for printing. But in case you want to count, then you can put a counter. Now this process will go on until the loop is over. The problem will come as soon as the space is count. You will find you need to empty the accumulator before we go start reading from here again and repeat the loop. So as soon as I got the space, I went to the else part, printed or counted the word. Immediately after counted the word, I don't need that word anymore, so I empty the accumulator. I'll show you in the program how to do that, and we go back again, continue reversing until, alright, the character is not space. We keep accumulating until then. Now, in all these cases, if you read your or you understand your string number 3, you will find that the last word that you have in your case, after that there is no space logically, because in all cases there is a space. If there is a space, you are reading the next character. I mean, you are coming here to print that, count that. But for the last one, you do not have a space. So logically, before you start, you need to add a space to the existing string, or an input string. So obviously you are going to input a string, you will add a space and then you will start reading, so that all those characters which are not a space, that time you will come here, alright, which you are accumulating, but when the space will occur, so when the last space will occur, computer will come here and print that accumulated string as well, or count. So how does this go? So let us take the program over here. So I have a program over here where okay, we have a string over here. So let me remove this. We have a string over here which is coming from the user, for which we have done the declaration. We need an accumulator, so we made it as a blank over here. The moment string has come in from the user, we immediately added a space over here, because this space is going to be helping us to read the last word. Now as soon as we come in here, we start from the first character, goes till the last. As soon as we read a character, this is reading a character from front. So if I'm going to say here, hello, how are you, as a word, okay, as a string, then computer after this line will add a space behind this. So there is no space, you can see after this line there will be a space over here added, so there will be an extra space. Okay, and you go from 0 number index till the last character, that includes the space. Now every character is read. If the character is not a space, it means it's a visible character, it will get accumulated. So this is your if condition. If you understand this, the w is equal to w plus ch will work only when there is not a space. If there is a space found, then control will go to the else part. So in the else part, what do we do? In the else part, the last accumulated word will get printed or counted. So right now is a print statement. After this, I'll convert into count. The moment it came into use, we'll empty it so that the next word can be generated. For example, I is equal to 0, computer will read the 0 index position, which is h. So if I put it over here, h. Now h is not a space, so w, which is starting with blank, nothing plus h will become h. Okay, so I'm going to keep h over here. Now after this, computer control cannot go to else will computer will only come here when there is a space found. Like space not equal to space is false, so the control will come to else. Until then, after adding this, control has come here to read the next character e. So e is also e not equal to space is true, so h plus e becomes he. Control comes here, next character it is read is L, the first L. L not equal to space true, so he plus L becomes hel. Control comes here, read the next character, another L. Another L is also not a space, so hel plus L will become he double L. Comes here, computer reads O, so the character read is O. O is also not a space, so he double L plus O is he double L O. Now until then all the characters were not a space, we came here. Now what computer reads is a space, so logically there is a space. Space not equal to space is a false statement, so we come here to print that word. Right now it's a print statement, so obviously hello will get printed. Alright, immediately after that we empty this over here to remove this part, so that immediately after that the next word, that is how, h which is not a space, get over here, added over here. O which is not a space, O which is red, not a space, so it will get accumulated over here. After that w which is not a space, so it will get accumulated over here. Now there is a space. Space not equal to space is false, so we come here to print that how. Now like that, computer will print hello, how are you all. Now when the last word u ka question mark which is not equal to space, alright, if I say you is been already added, you. Now the last character added is a question mark, so I put a question mark, not equal to space will get added. Now if you recollect, after the you we added a space over here because of this line, of course. So before we came in here, we got the space. Now computer would read the space, space not equal to space, so space not equal to space is false, so we will come here to print that you. and the question mark as well. So if I compile this program, I copy this. If I compile and run this program, it gives me hello, how are you as words. But the question is not this. Question says you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to count the number of words. So in this case, instead of printing this, I cut this from here. Okay. Instead of printing this, I'll say C is equal to C plus 1. You can also write C plus plus like this. Either of this. Okay. Either you write C or C plus plus or C is equal to C plus 1. Provided all counters should have its initial value. Like I showed you over here, the counter has an initial value, then only you can apply C is equal to C plus 1. So now counter has its own value. As soon as the word is formed, computer will make a count. Then blank the word out, next word is formed. The moment space comes, we come here to count which word. So computer counting is 1, 2, 3 like this. At the end of the loop, if you want, you can print here frequency. So I'm putting a message. Frequency of words is equal to is my message, and if I put here C. So now if I say hello, how are you? Okay, I'll not get the words being printed, but computer will count that and show me over here how many words are there. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4 words, so 4 has been shown. I hope everybody has understood this program. I'm just keeping the font size little less to see the program as a whole. So if you see this program as a whole, we input a statement, we added extra space, we started the counter, we read the string from beginning, every character is read, all the characters which are not space being accumulated. So the moment space occurred, space not equal to a space is false. So we immediately counted the string. Alright, if you want, you can print as well. Okay, you can print as well the word. So if I want, I can apply over here to sorry, it's not print hello, how are you? Of course, it's supposed to be a print statement. So if I actually apply copy and paste over here to print that word as W, because that's a W, the word will also get printed and counted, and then it will blank out so that the new word can be immediately accumulated here. So if I say now, what is the statement here? I love to play football. Now it printed each word and it is also showing me how many words are there. So I hope you guys have understood this program. Try and recollect, alright, the input word by reading or by going through string 3 video. Thank you very much. God bless.